everyone, I'm Alex, 17, top of my class, and utterly obsessed with literature and archaeology. My room's walls are plastered with maps of ancient civilizations and classic novels. Yeah, I'm that kid. Alex, dinner's ready. My mom's voice called from downstairs. I sighed and set aside my history book. Another family dinner. Another chance to feel like a ghost in my own home. As I walked into the dining room, my sister Lily was already there, engrossed in her phone, probably chatting with her latest crush. "How was your day, Lily?" Mom asked, completely overlooking me. "Boring as usual. Mr. Brown gave me detention again. He's such a pain," Lily complained. Dad chimed in. "Don't worry, sweetie. We'll have a word with the principal about Mr. Brown." I rolled my eyes. Lily skips classes, gets detention, and they blame the teacher. Classic. "And you, Alex? Anything exciting?" Grandpa asked with a hopeful smile. Finally, someone remembered I existed. "Actually, I aced my archaeology project," I said proudly. "That's wonderful, dear," Mom interrupted, turning back to Lily. "Now, about your upcoming dance recital." And just like that, I was invisible again. At least I had my grandparents. They understood me. Later that evening, I was in my room, counting the change in my travel fund jar. Just $300 more, I whispered to myself. I'm so close to that dream trip to Greece. A knock on my door startled me. "Come in," I called, quickly hiding the jar. "Alex, dear," Grandma said as she entered. "Grandpa and I have a surprise for you." My heart raced. Could it be? Grandpa appeared behind her, holding an envelope. "We know how hard you've been working and how passionate you are about ancient cultures." He handed me the envelope. With trembling hands, I opened it and nearly fainted. 2 tickets to Athens. "Oh my God! Is this real? Am I dreaming?" Grandma laughed. "It's very real, sweetheart. You've earned it." I leaped up, hugging them both. "Thank you, thank you, thank you. I can't believe it." Just then, Lily stormed in. "What's all the commotion about?" I couldn't contain my excitement. Grandma and Grandpa got me tickets to Athens for graduation. Lily's face darkened. "That's not fair. I need a break too after everything I've been through." I ignored her, too thrilled to let her ruin this moment. I need to start planning. There's so much to see. As I rattled off my must-visit list, I saw my parents standing in the doorway, looking unhappy. But I didn't care. Finally, something amazing was happening to me. The next morning, I woke up still buzzing from the excitement. The Athens tickets were safely tucked under my pillow. As I got ready for school, I couldn't stop grinning. "Alex, come downstairs, please," Mom called. I bounded down, expecting a discussion about trip plans, but instead, I found my entire family in the living room with serious expressions. "What's going on?" I asked, my smile fading. Dad cleared his throat. "We've been thinking about the Athens tickets." "Isn't it awesome?" "I can't wait," I said. "We think it would be better if Lily went instead," Mom interrupted. The world stopped. "What?" "Lily's been under a lot of stress," Dad explained. "She could really use this trip." I turned to my grandparents, hoping for support. They looked as stunned as I felt. "But those were my tickets," I stammered. "Grandpa and Grandma gave them to me." Lily smirked. "Don't be selfish, Alex. I need this more than you do." "This isn't right," Grandpa interjected. "We gave those tickets to Alex as a reward for her hard work." Mom sighed. "Dad, you don't understand. Lily's been struggling. This could really help her." "And what about Alex's dreams?" Grandma demanded. "She'll be fine." Dad waved off. "She's always fine." The argument escalated. Voices raised. Accusations flew. I stood there numb as my dream shattered. "Fine," I finally whispered, barely audible. "Take the tickets." I ran upstairs, slamming my door, tears streaming down my face as I collapsed on my bed. How could they do this to me? The next few days were a blur. I went through the motions at school, avoided family dinners, and spent most of my time in my room. One afternoon, while scrolling through my phone, I overheard my parents arguing. "We can't keep doing this, John," Mom hissed. "The credit cards are maxed out. The bank's calling about the mortgage." "I know," Dad said. "But what choice do we have? We can't let Lily's issues ruin her future." My ears perked up. What issues? I wondered. Maybe if we dip into Alex's college fund again, Dad suggested. My mouth fell open. My college fund? They had been using my money? Suddenly, everything fell into place. The new car Lily got last year, her expensive dance classes, the constant shopping sprees. I felt sick. They'd been stealing from me to cover Lily's mistakes. That night, I couldn't sleep. My mind raced with questions. How long had this been going on? How much had they taken? And what was I going to do about it? By morning, I'd made my decision. It was time to take action. First, I went to my grandparents. I laid out everything Jake and I had discovered. "I can't believe it," Grandma whispered, tears in her eyes. How could they? Grandpa's face was grim. "What do you need from us?" "Your support," I said, "and maybe a place to stay when this all comes down." They agreed without hesitation. Next, I approached Ms. Johnson, my favorite teacher. "This is serious," she said after I explained everything. "Are you sure you want to do this?" I nodded. "I have to. For my future and honestly, for Lily too. This can't go on." Ms. Johnson sighed. "All right, I'll help however I can." With my allies in place, Jake and I started formulating our plan. "We need to gather undeniable evidence," Jake said. "Something they can't wiggle out of." I thought for a moment. The family reunion next month. Everyone will be there, including Dad's business partners. Jake grinned. "Perfect. We can set up hidden cameras, and maybe even get some of them to incriminate themselves on tape." As we hashed out the details, a mix of excitement and dread bubbled in my stomach. This was really happening. "You okay?" Jake asked, noticing my expression. I took a deep breath. "Yeah, it's just, once we do this, there's no going back. Everything changes." Jake squeezed my hand. "Sometimes change is necessary. You've got this." I nodded, steeling myself. The countdown to the family reunion and the biggest confrontation of my life had begun. The day of the reunion arrived and my heart pounded. Jake and I had spent weeks setting everything up, hidden cameras in place, and a fail-safe plan to expose everything. As family members and Dad's business partners began arriving, I plastered on a fake smile. "Great to see you, Uncle Leo. How's your golf game?" Meanwhile, Lily was holding court in the living room, bragging about her upcoming trip to Athens. "It's going to be incredible," she said casually. "I might even extend my stay and visit Paris." I caught Mom and Dad exchanging worried glances. Showtime. I clinked my glass. I'd like to make a toast to family and to the truth. With that, I nodded to Jake, who hit play on his laptop. The TV screen lit up with damning financial records and recorded conversations. Dad's face went pale. "What is this?" he demanded. "This," I said, my voice shaking but resolute, "is the truth about where our family's money has been going." The room erupted into chaos. Dad's business partners were shouting. Aunt Lily was crying, and Lily was having a full-blown meltdown. "You can't do this to me," she screamed. "How am I supposed to pay for my DUI lawyer?" The room fell silent. Mom's face was a mask of disbelief. "What did she say?" Dad asked, his voice trembling, but it was too late. The floodgates had opened. Lily spilled everything. The drunk driving, the shoplifting, the credit card fraud. With every word, Mom and Dad looked more and more defeated. Suddenly, sirens wailed in the distance. Ms. Johnson had come through, alerting the authorities at the perfect moment. As the police entered with a warrant and began to arrest my parents, I felt a strange mix of relief and sadness. This was justice, but it was also the end of my family as I knew it. Grandpa put his arm around me. "You did the right thing, Alex. We're so proud of you." The next few months were a whirlwind of legal proceedings. Dad and Lily faced charges while Mom received probation for her lesser role. Throughout it all, my grandparents were my rock. One evening, Grandma said, "How would you feel about us becoming your legal guardians?" Tears filled my eyes as I hugged her tightly. "I'd love that," I said, my voice choked with emotion. As the dust settled, an unexpected development came to light. The judge ordered all stolen funds to be returned, including my college fund. And the Athens tickets? They were mine again, that summer. Instead of dwelling on lost dreams, I found myself strolling through the ancient streets of Athens with my grandparents. With gelato in hand, Grandpa raised his glass in a toast to justice and gelato. As I took in the majestic ruins and vibrant culture, I couldn't help but feel a deep sense of accomplishment and peace. My family's story had taken a dramatic turn, but I was determined to make the most of this new chapter. Fast forward a few years, and life had transformed significantly. I was now in my junior year at a prestigious art school, interning at a renowned gallery, and preparing for my first solo exhibition. My work was gaining recognition, and I was even considering a future in art conservation. Meanwhile, my dad was serving his sentence, and Lily was working to rebuild her life, struggling through community college and facing the consequences of her actions. Mom had taken on a minimum wage job, trying to make ends meet while coping with the aftermath of the legal battles. As for me, I was planning my next journey to Italy, not just as a tourist, but to study for my master's degree in art history in Florence. The experience in Greece had reignited my passion for the past and had set me on a path I'd always dreamed of. One evening, as I prepared for my upcoming solo show, Grandma and Grandpa came over to visit. They were still as supportive as ever, sharing in my excitement and pride. Grandma took my hand and said, "Alex, we're so proud of everything you've achieved. It's amazing to see how far you've come." I smiled, feeling a warm sense of gratitude. "I couldn't have done it without you both. Your support has meant the world to me." Grandpa nodded, "And you've shown incredible strength and resilience. Sometimes, losing a dream can lead you to an even better one." As I looked around at the artwork that would soon be displayed, I reflected on the tumultuous journey that had brought me here. It hadn't been easy, and there had been moments of intense struggle and heartache. But standing up for myself and taking control of my future had been worth every challenge. With the gallery opening just around the corner and my plans for Florence taking shape, I felt ready to embrace the next chapter of my life with hope and excitement. So that's my story. A tale of overcoming adversity, finding strength in the face of betrayal, and discovering new dreams along the way. It wasn't a perfect journey, but it was mine, and I'm proud of how it's turned out. And now, I have a question for you. If you found yourself in a situation where you had to choose between confronting painful truths or protecting your family, what would you do? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Your perspective could make a difference for someone facing a tough decision. If this story of resilience and transformation resonated with you, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more stories and updates. Thanks for joining me on this journey, and I'll see you in the next video.